Here I am at Metal Hammer, Spain, taking over this Instagram. Hi, how is everybody doing? Should I say hola, ¿cómo estás? That's all I know in Spanish. No, I know a little bit more, but we're not going to speak Spanish or any other languages. We are going to just speak English so everybody can understand. Okay? Hello, everybody. Hi from all around the world. This quarantine keeps us locked in the houses, keeps us away from each other, away from shows, away from everything fun. But let's try and have some fun during this 1 hour here on Metal Hammer. Yeah? Let's do it. So I'm going to be here with you for a whole hour. And basically, I'm going to try my best to answer some of your questions and maybe tell you some of the stories. And while we have people just connecting and coming in, hello everybody, I will tell you a little bit about what I am doing while quarantined and what is happening and what is new, right? Everybody's on? So basically, just like everybody else, we are forced to stay home, and we had to reschedule one tour already, a tour that was supposed to be in April, May, here in North America and Canada. And I'm talking about the tour with Swallow the Sun, and we rescheduled it for next year, and hopefully, fingers crossed, nothing is gonna stand in our way anymore. Now, summer is coming very close, and the odds for the summer tour to happen are very small, honestly. I have a lot of friends, musicians that I'm in contact with that are just doing the same thing. They're trying to reschedule. So the European tour that we already announced for the summer, that includes festivals and club shows, it might be rescheduled as well. Now, what is going to happen with the tours in the end of the year, we don't know yet. Again, fingers crossed, this situation is going to calm down. We are all going to be safe, and we're going to continue with the metal, right? That's what's going on. Obviously, while lockdown, closed in the houses, everywhere around the world, all the musicians are doing their best to still stay in touch with you and still create music, just like we are right now. Basically, our band members are a little bit spread around the world, and it's a little bit more tricky to actually do something together, but we are trying our best. And this is me here today, April 29th, I believe it is. And I know, right? You lose the sense of time and the sense of the day when you're fully closed in the house. But here I am today, here with you. Hello, guys. Hello, everybody. And I'm going to try to have some fun, and I'm going to try to bring some smiles on your faces and bring some positive vibe to your houses from my house. Okay, so hello. Oh, I believe we have Vidic, my guitar player, joining. Hi, Vidic. Everybody who sees Vidic, say hi to Vidic. What's up? All right, well, thank you so much for joining, all the fans and supporters. Thank you, Metal Hammer Spain, for giving us this opportunity to be closer to the fans and to the band lovers. Let's try to answer some questions. I have a good one here. One of the questions is, any advice for the young musicians? I definitely have some advice for younger musicians. I would say never give up, guys. It's so easy to say, I'll do it later, or I can't do this anymore, or I'm not good at this, or people are not believing in me. It's very easy to say that. Most difficult is to actually continue work. Continue the work, continue the creation of what you're doing. Whatever it is, your music, whatever genre you choose, there's always going to be some bands that are bigger than you, or some bands that are, in somebody's opinion, better than you. But how will you know if you're going to stop? Your fans are gonna love you for you being you, and you being unique, and you not giving up. So never give up. Believe in yourself, even if your parents don't believe in yourself, your loved ones don't believe in yourself, or you're forced to work on an everyday job and you don't have time. Still find time, because it's very easy to say, I don't have time for this, or the life routine took over. It takes over for everybody. It takes over for, it doesn't matter how old are you, it doesn't matter if you have an actual family yourself or you still live with your parents. It doesn't matter your ethnicity. We all have jobs or had jobs. We all, have our routine. But the best thing to do here is never to give up and to find time for what makes you happy. Because if music makes you happy, fucking do it. Oops. All right, what was your tour? Oh, I lost that one. Something. Hello, everybody. My questions are going very fast, so I'm sorry if I don't see them all the time. I think the question was, how was the tour with Lacuna Coil? If that was your question, it was awesome. It was amazing. That was our last tour, which happened in November and December, and we were supporting Elevati and Lacuna Coil, and we had a lot of fun. It was a huge tour. We traveled so many countries, some of them even new for us, so we had a lot of fun. Kisses from Argentina. Muchas gracias. Okay. That was the question. Thank you. You're welcome. Perfect. Good. I'm glad I saw it. How are you doing today? Oh, thank you so much for this question. I am doing well. The days can be tricky. Sometimes a little bad news can ruin the mood for the whole day, because I feel like nowadays I'm a little bit more sensitive emotionally, because of what's happening in the world, and because I'm fully alone in the house and just waiting for this to end, so it's ups and downs, I believe, like it is for everybody, but I'm taking it day by day. I'm taking it easy. Whenever I'm overwhelmed with everything that is happening, I take a break, I breathe a little, and I start over. So thank you for asking. Do we have you been working on a new lyrics during quarantine? I always write, so I don't think my writing is different than before. I write ideas down all the time. If I have to be honest with you guys, I think the most I write is during the tour, because I feel like I get very inspired. We spend a lot of time to travel from one city to another, or from one country to another, and I have time to write a lot. I listen to a lot of music and get inspired by the new people, new cities, new places in nature, and I just write a lot more than usual. But normally I just put ideas down, and sometimes I go back to those ideas, and I just come up with full lyrics sometimes. But yes, I do write while quarantined. Come to Mexico. I wish. If I could, I would just right now. Everything is closed, guys. I can't go anywhere. What about a collaboration with architects? What? I wish. We should send this to Sam or to everybody who works with Architects. Architects is one of my favorite bands. They are absolutely amazing musicians too. Infected Rain had the honor to actually share the stage with them. We played a few festivals together. It would be great. That's a great idea. Do you like horror movies? What could be inspiration for a new song? Well, a horror movie would never be an inspiration for a new song, but certain melancholic, darker vibes could definitely be there, because I feel like, especially with the music, with the instruments, it's possible to just bring that vibe of darkness and melancholy and even depression sometimes. But lyric wise, I don't know. I mean, I did write some sort of vampire themed poem when I was younger in Russian. I have it, and it's probably one of my favorite ones that I wrote when I was young. Who knows, maybe I will use it sooner or later. All right, what else do we have here? Funny question. Anyone who the most in your band? Anyone who what annoys me the most? Oh, hey, you can't say that. You can't make me say that. Are you crazy? What if they're watching? No. I can't say that. No. I will say this. Probably I annoy them way more than they annoy me, honestly, because they have to deal with some of my needs sometimes, like for example, if you need to pee while you're on the road on tour, I need an actual toilet to pee. They don't, because they can pee behind a tree and I can't. So that's pretty annoying, don't you think? All right, all jokes aside, I love my boys and I miss them so much. Okay, what else do we have here? Oh, will I be doing another cooking show? Well, maybe. I know a lot of people love that. For those of you who don't know, I have my own YouTube channel, and it's called Bananas. And I have a lot of things going on there, videos connected to the band, videos connected to me, to my modeling, basically everything about me. I'm just very real there. I'm just very me. So if you want to know more about what I'm doing, what Infected Rain is doing, join me there. And yeah, I did a couple of cooking video. One of it was even live. That was fun. Maybe I will do more because I had a lot of love while doing that. Yes. Hello from Switzerland. Oh, hello. Oh my God, from Persia. Hi, that's a long way. Any new Infected Rain merchandising? Actually, thank you for asking. I was thinking about that. Unfortunately, a lot of printing companies are closed, but the printing company that we usually work with is based in Europe, so we still have to see and realize what's up with that and how are they working. But that's a good idea. We thought about that. It's still only in the process of getting created. We didn't do anything yet, but we did think about that. Maybe we will come up with something interesting. What else do we have here? Hello from Germany. Okay, from Slovenia. Is this your video? Thank you. What is my favorite song? If you mean my favorite Infected Rain song, that's a difficult question because I really can't choose between so many of them. I love them all, and I know maybe every musician is saying that, but it is really difficult to choose out of your own, creation. Like, imagine you're a painter and you made different paintings. Yeah, you probably have like some that you're like, I could have done this better. Just like musicians have some songs and they're like, after a while, they think about, I could have done this differently now. But still, they are very authentic, and I love listening to some songs from like the first albums or some songs from the latest album. It just reminds me of that time, of that period in my life. And I'm a very sensitive person and I'm very emotional, so that works like in my favor, I guess, here, because I love it. I just love it all. Our concerts are not fully suspended until the end of the year yet. We are still keeping the hope that the tours in the end of the year are going to happen. We are still trying our best to see what could be done together with Napalm Records and our booking agencies and the bands that we are going to support. We are all trying to come up with a good strategy. But you know, guys, certain things don't depend on us. So all we could do is reschedule, and trust me, we will make sure you are the first people to know everything social media. All you can do basically right now to help and support your bands that you love is just pay attention to what we are saying online, because a lot of things are changing, a lot of things are happening, and sometimes those things don't depend on us, okay? Hello everybody. Oh, my friend Mirka is here. Hello from Mexico. Hello Mirka. I love you too, guys. I love you too. Welcome everybody who's just joining us right now. This is fun. I like that. So, do you like Stranger Things? Very much so. Thank you for asking. I'm a big fan. I'm nerdy about Stranger Things. I think I watched it all 3 seasons. Probably 10 times already. Like, I just watch it. What else do we have here? Where does the name Infected Rain come from? Infected Rain was Vidic's idea. So back in the days when we were deciding how to name the band, we had a few options. And our first option was actually Asylum. And first thing we did, we googled that, and we found out that there are some small bands with that name already, and so we wanted to be more unique, and that's why we kept that name for our very first album. Now the name Infected Rain was suggested from Vidic, our guitar player, which is also one of the creators of the band, the father, and yeah, he came up with that idea, and I just love to apply a metaphoric meaning to it, you know, that we're gonna just infect you all. So yeah. Do you like Walking Dead? Well, I did watch Walking Dead, and I'm not sure I watched the whole thing. I don't even know if they're still coming up with newer seasons. I watched it once long ago when only 2 seasons were on, and I loved it. And then a lot of time passed, and I think last year is when I decided to watch it again, and I started from scratch, and I watched it. Honestly, it's interesting, it's nice. I love zombie movies, but I can't say that it's my favorite show or that I have a favorite season. So do you watch any I don't even know how to pronounce that. Soaps? I guess I guess I am sometimes. Yeah, I guess I am sometimes. Favorite video game? Oh man. Well, you know, I'm not really a gamer at all. I don't really play video games. I like to play sometimes like fighting games like Mortal Kombat with somebody like from the band or something like that. I like to play Super Mario. You know, I still have my Nintendo and I love doing that. But I absolutely love watching some of my friends playing video games. I grew up around boys. My stepdad used to play a lot of video games while I was growing up, and I learned to love that so much. You know, like some of my boyfriends used to do that, and I would just watch it like that, and it was great. It was amazing, and I still love that whenever, you know, any of my boys from the band play any games that I care about. And now my favorite games to watch, not to play, would be The Last of Us, Tomb Raider, Uncharted, Horizon Zero Dawn, God of War. I love all the Resident Evil movies, Alone in the Dark and Silent Hill movies. Games and movies. I fucking love the movies as well, actually. Yeah, pretty much, you know, that genre is my favorite. That genre. I never watched Friends, really. You know, I know it's a big thing and it used to be big back in the days growing up, but I never watched it. No. I do not have a favorite band because I have favorite bands, lots of them, like lots. I just listened to the last Dimmu Borgir album. Fucking amazing. Honestly, it's been a while since I listened to them, and I remember loving the album from 2010, and a little bit around that time we even played with them, and it was awesome to see them live too. We played at a show in Romania, but their last album is absolutely amazing. Just downloaded it 2 days ago. It's really cool. I'm listening to that for 2 days in a row now. How did you get your fangs? That's a secret. I'm an undercover vampire, so watch it. No, actually, they've been, guys, this is not a secret. I put that in my YouTube videos, and I did answer this question 1,000 times. My teeth were fixed by my dentist. I did that for the music video, The Earth Mantra, because I had to be this creature, this unreal, non-human creature, and they were way longer. And then I loved it so much that all I did when I went back to my dentist, I said I want them the same but just a little bit shorter so I don't look so scary. I should have probably just leave them super long though. All right, so do I consider my band as a new metal? Honestly, I don't care. I don't consider my band to be classified in any type of genre. I think we are just a metal band. Now, when people ask me what do I think the genre that we are in is, I really invite you to call us whatever you want, to classify us whatever you want, because we don't like to be classified. We don't like to classify ourselves because we want to be very free while writing music, very free while giving it to you, and never think that, oh man, this is not new metal anymore. Are people gonna like it? You know, we have a lot of different genres, I think, mixed in our genre. So, all right, what else do we have here? Do you like Marvel movies or comics? I was never big into comics for some reason. The time where I grew up, or maybe the place where I grew up, was not very big for that. But I started watching Marvel movies for the past like 5 or 6 years, like a little bit more serious. I developed a sort of an interest to know that world, that superhero world of Marvel. So yes, I do watch some of the movies I like more than others. Like, I love Guardians of the Galaxy. I love Thor movies. The newer Spider-Man movie, the animated one, was the best. Absolutely the best. If you haven't seen it, you should. What else do we have here? Do you recommend some non-metal bands? Oh yeah, of course I could recommend you some bands. For example, I really like the band Gunship. I really like the band let me think. Missio. Missio is awesome, very different. Then what else should we go with? I mean, there's plenty. Older stuff comes to my mind, obviously, you know, like Amy Winehouse and Lauryn Hill. You know, stuff like that. Yeah, I think. I see no questions, only comments. Okay, do you like rap metal? Fuck yeah, I do. My favorite are Hacktivist. I love them a lot, very much. They are awesome. Which rapper is my favorite? My favorite rapper is NF. I love everything he ever did, and I'm very thankful that I found out about him. Again, one of the best people to find out new music with is my guitar player Vidic. He loves discovering newer bands over and over again, which is awesome. But I get suggestions by from some of my fans as well that I checked out, and I was very pleasantly surprised, and it's awesome. But yeah. Did you ride the motorcycle in your video? In the video, me against you, none of us are actually riding the motorcycle. The only person I believe, maybe both of them actually, maybe Sergey and Vova, I'm not sure 100%, but I know for sure Sergey tried and he rode it. I had a few loops around with the driver, so I was in the back holding on it just for fun. But no, in the music video we have actors, like real dirt bike riders, I guess, that we invited for the video. What, Claudio? I don't understand your question. Do you like Eminem? I do, of course. It's one of the classics in rap for sure. That's what we grew up with. Hi, my name is, right? Of course I do. Ciao, bravissima. Ciao, che lugar official. Hello. Favorite Infected Rain album? That's just like you asking me, or whoever asked me about the favorite song. I can't choose a favorite album. Obviously, at this time of the, time in my life, I would say the last one, because it's the last creation we did, and I am very, very proud of Endorphin. So I'll go with Endorphin for now. Do you like any Spanish heavy metal band? Look, I don't want to sound very ignorant. I don't know many. I was shown a band from Spain that was absolutely amazing, but I don't remember the name. I'm very bad with names. I do remember that I was very pleasantly surprised with the style that the vocalist had as well. But I can't remember the name, so I don't want to sound ignorant, so I will just say no, sorry. How long have I been vegan? I was 29 when I decided to try the vegan diet, and I would say it's safe to say that it's 4 years now. Another what? Sorry, the questions are going so fast. Do you like the artist Cry Wolf? I don't know about it. Sorry. Is it difficult to stay vegan while on road? It's not. Nothing is difficult if you are certain about it. Fruits and vegetables you can find everywhere. Some dry, dehydrated fruit or nuts you can find everywhere. So nowadays it's not difficult to be vegan on the road. No, for sure. Somebody was asking me to tell something about my life. Well, if I will say something about my life, you have to be a little bit more specific, because I can go on and on forever and we won't have enough time on this live stream for that. Guys, I think you have to stop asking me about other bands when we are going to tour with them. These things don't depend on the band. The majority of these things depend on the booking agencies. So the way it works, I will tell you that, but I'm sure you already know. The way it works is you get offers here and there, and then you go with what you feel like fits you more, right? So any questions regarding other bands, whenever we are going to do something together, I'm not going to answer, I'm sorry. No offense to those people that are asking, and no offense to the bands that you're mentioning, okay? Thank you. All right, so are you preparing the next studio album for Infected Rain? Yes, we are. We do not know when this is going to happen, but we are working on it. We actually started working on it a while before the quarantine. Music-wise, my boys are always writing music, which is amazing, and as I mentioned before, I always write lyrics as well, so whenever we are ready to compose and put them together, a little bit, usually that happens a little bit before we have time to go in the studio, and yeah, but all depends how this world situation is going to be and what we can do with it. So, hey, somebody's asking about Luna. My Luna is outside in the backyard playing while I'm here with you guys. So, I watched one episode of Tiger King because so much was going on around it and everybody was like, watch it. I didn't like it, I'm sorry. I did not like it. I hate drama, and all that was drama. So sorry if you hate me after this, you can hate me. I didn't like it. I didn't like it at all, and I'm not gonna watch it. Somebody asked what is my favorite animal and why. Well, it depends. I love animals in general. If we're talking about wild animals, I would go with tigers. I think I have a big love for cats, and these wild cats are the best. They're beautiful, strong. I love tigers. I always did since I was small. If we are going with some more domesticated animals, I would say goats. I think goats are my favorite. If you could just have a goat in your house and domesticate it in the way of it to be a little bit more trained, I would, for sure. I love goats so much. Yeah, do you guys like goats as well? They are the devil animal. No, I'm just kidding. Just kidding, no offense to all the religious people. All right, so many people from Mexico here. Hi, guys. All right, so what do we have here? And how deal with the stage fright? Okay, this is a good question. Thank you so much for this question. So somebody is asking how to deal with the fear of going on a stage, right? Now, I don't consider myself being a mentor. I don't consider myself being so skilled in all this, but I would say this. If music is what you love, or whatever type of performance that you're doing, you can be a dancer or an actor or whatever it is that you're doing, but you get anxiety before going on a stage, just remember that people are here for your art and people are here to give you love. So just be yourself and everything is gonna be nice. Everything is gonna go smooth. The more you think about the fear, the more chances are that something is gonna go wrong. And I never really had stage fright, but I obviously am very emotional before going on the stage. As soon as I step on the stage, I feel like home, and it's amazing. It's amazing. It really is. And it's so addicting that it's difficult to live without, you know? So I would say just try your best not to use, you know, alcohol or drugs in order to calm down your fears, because that won't last for long. I mean, we all know about other bands and musicians that struggle with that because, you know, some of them had pain and they had to take some sort of drugs or to abuse with alcohol before going on stage. Some of them with anxiety and depression, the same, you know. I feel like if we can avoid that, is way better, you know. Just meditating and calming down your fear is something that you have to do yourself. It's a work between you and you. Nothing else will happen. And nothing else will help, you know. You're the only person that can help yourself. One country that I would like to travel for the first time. I really want to visit New Zealand. Yes, it's definitely in my to-do list because of all the movies and all the, you know, videos I saw of that country. I really want to go and visit. I love the nature, and that is very beautiful nature. Am I nervous to meet people on tour? No, I'm not nervous. The only time that makes me nervous is when I meet people on tour, like during a meet and greet, or if I'm just outside and in the crowd. Very often I do that too. I'm getting a little bit nervous if the person I'm dealing with is drunk or under some kind of drug effect, because I feel like it's unpredictable, and usually, you know, I'm alone or I'm only with, you know, some people that I know around me, and I try to be nice, but you can only be nice to a certain extent when the person is intoxicated, and it's so unpredictable. And yeah, that's the only time when I get nervous. I can get a little bit even aggressive in some way, not in a bad way. It's just, you know, like a little bit, you know, just a little bit. You gotta be. But that's it. No, I'm not nervous to meet new people. Okay, what else do we have here? What age did you start to sing? I started singing with Infected Rain in 2007. We started rehearsing and we had our first show in 2008. And yeah, that was it. That was my start. Best memory of the last tour with Elevating and Lacuna Coil. I think the best moment ever, and I love to rewatch that over and over again, was when, so unfortunately our guitar player Sergey couldn't be with us for the UK tours. It was a situation that didn't depend on us. It was a situation connected to his passport that didn't arrive in time, so he had to go back home. Now, the guitar player for Lacuna Coil offered to fill in for the shows in the UK, and we are good friends with all of them in Lacuna Coil, and Diego was very nice to help us out. So we were doing the sound check during this show. Maybe it was the second show somewhere in the UK, I don't remember exactly, but we were doing the sound check, and so Maki, the bass player, and Christina, and the drummer, Richard, they came out and they were there with other friends, and they were just jumping around during our rehearsal, you know, during the sound check, and they were acting like they're at the show, and they were like mosh pitting and jumping and asking for a guitar pick and taking their shirt off for us. That was so amazing, so amazing. It was a lot of fun. It's part of our tour video as well, so you can see that yourself. But I think that was incredible. I was laughing so hard, my cheeks were hurting, and I couldn't sing for the sound check. It was amazing. That was very amazing. Everybody from Lacuna Coil are sweethearts, and everybody from Elevati are sweethearts. Actually, we had a lot of fun during that tour for sure. Definitely. So thank you for that question. I think somebody was asking if we are going to do any acoustic versions of our songs or anything like that. If I read correctly your question, because it went far up very fast, and I'm not sure, but if that was your question, yes, we do plan to eventually have maybe even a whole concert or just a whole recording of acoustic, either version of our older songs or even covers of some bands that we love. But I don't know when that is going to happen. That is just an idea that we are actually carrying around for a while. And it's definitely something that we want to do. Maybe even invite some guest artists, guest musicians. So it's going to be something like bigger, you know? Who knows? Maybe even create a DVD with that. You know, that's an idea. Could you sing a little bit? No, guys, don't make me sing. This is not what it is. This is a Q&A live stream. Come on. The weirdest thing that happened during the show? I don't think many weird things happened during the show. Some weird things happen during tours, but during a show, not really. You know, we have interesting situations here and there, but never something weird, I don't think. What kind of song is the most difficult for you? Well, thank you for this question, George, I think. You know how it works for me? I don't know if that works like that for everybody else, but for me, basically, every time I get to sing live a newer song, like, for example, the latest one for me was Passerby, for example, right? When we started introducing that for the live shows, I was like, oh my God, this is so difficult. How am I gonna, you know, be in time, sing and scream, and there's a lot of lyrics, and because when you record, you have different tries and you have time to relax. During a show, it's a little bit different, right? So now, every time I have a new song to introduce, it takes me like at least a week, 2 or even 3 sometimes, to go over that mental block that tells me this is difficult. You know, because yeah, of course, some songs are a little bit more difficult than others. Some songs are more difficult for the drummer. Some songs are more difficult for the vocalist. Some other songs are way more difficult for the guitar players. They, like, I have my boys saying that I can't even jump around during this part because I have to be so concentrated of what I'm doing, you know? It's kind of the same here. It's mental, because when you train your body enough, you're like, oh, I can't believe I even had issues with this song before. Like, for example, a good example would be Stop Waiting. I remember being a torture for me to sing Stop Waiting live. Torture. Right now, I can't believe that was even an issue for me. It's just something that you learn how to trick your mind, and when your mind understands that, hey, this is your song and this is something you can do. It's not somebody else's song, somebody else's vocal range. You can do this. When you arrive there, then it's easy. No more problems, you know? So as soon as I overpass this with one song, we come out with a newer song, and I have the same issue with another song. I used to have that issue with Mold a little bit, and then Passerby was one of it. But no, I mean, after a few weeks, especially of constant touring, it goes away. It's just a mental thing. Do you prefer singing or screaming? I prefer mixing. My favorite is when I can do both techniques, or whatever techniques I'm using, how many, whatever, doesn't matter. I love to mix them all together in one sentence, because it gives me more emotion, you know? It gives me the satisfaction of, I know I delivered what I want to say, you know? So when, like, I sing and I finish the phrase with screaming, or vice versa, I start with screaming and I finish in, like, clear, just singing. That's my favorite, for sure. Can't wait to see you again from Ukraine. Oh my God, привет. I can't wait. I can't wait to go on stage. I can't wait to go on tour. I can't wait to travel the world and see you guys. I think the very first tour that any of the bands are going to have is going to be like the first time. So emotional for everybody. And oh my God, I just really hope nobody's gonna have the fear to go to shows after this whole thing is over. You know, promise me not to be afraid and just be, you know, believe in the power of the shows and the, you know, and still want to go see your favorite bands. Yeah, I hope so. You're waiting for the Ukrainian festivals. Well, we don't know if those are gonna happen. You know, we don't know that yet because summer is looking bad, honestly. How has coronavirus affected rain in an economical way? Well, thank you for this question, by the way. Obviously, it affects us a lot, all of us. You know, everybody has to stay home, and we do not have a work from home type of situation because nobody is paying you to just sit home, right? The bigger income of any band ever is during tours, selling your physical merchandise and physical CDs, physical music during the tours. That type of support and that type of income is probably the best income a band can have. Obviously, we still have a lot of fans that support us and buy our merchandise online and buy our digital albums, and we are super thankful for that. Myself, I have my army of Patreon people. I encourage you all to support your favorite artists on Patreon because they really need you, and you're going to be rewarded for your donation. Doesn't matter how big or small your donation is. Now we try to come up with little ideas here and there to have more, you know, content for the online and the online world. So that also helps a little, but obviously the economic situation is very sad. And again, I don't want this live stream to become something sad or negative, but it is what it is, and I believe you suspect that, and I believe you know that, and you understand that, but it is like that for everybody, for sure. Not easy times. Why have you decided to move to the US and the rest of the band is near Europe? Yes, so the situation here is like this. I was born in Moldova, but I did live in other countries around the world. At this moment, my family lives in Italy and my band is still in Moldova. Now, I decided to move to United States for many reasons. First reason being, I never really felt like at home in Moldova, although I love that country very much, but it's just not fully perfect for me, I guess, and I don't want to sound snob. All I mean is that unfortunately Moldova is a very poor country still, and it doesn't have many possibilities or many offers for a good bright future for any type of artist or musician. And I don't say that to be to be mean towards Moldova or people that still live there. This is just the reality, and it is what it is. Now, by changing the place I live, I don't necessarily think I'm gonna live here my whole life. Maybe I will, maybe I won't, but somehow my life was building around here. I had friends, and little by little I just wanted to give it a try, and I'm here. It's been 5 years since I live in the United States. We do have like another 10 minutes, guys, so let's make the best out of it, and feel free to ask me anything you want. I'm not trying to ignore any type of questions, just whatever I catch first. Would you like to film the video for Bananas when you are reacting to a fan page made for you? That's interesting. I was actually thinking to do a video like that, but I was thinking more like me reacting to different things that fans do for us or because of that, us as a band, or just like some comments I find online, just random stuff all together, including band tattoos or tattoos with my face. I thought about doing something like that, or like band covers, just to incorporate everything in one episode. I thought about that. Trust me, I have a bunch of ideas, and on some of them I'm already working. I think you're gonna be pleasantly surprised with what's coming next on Bananas. But thank you for that question. That's interesting. I didn't think about fan-based pages. No. Tour in Mexico. Well, Latin America is definitely a place we really want to tour, and we already have people that work on that and people that want to bring us over there. Just again, unfortunately, because this current situation, we can't know when this is going to be possible. And also, touring Latin America is a little bit more tricky for the citizens of Moldova, because we need visas for almost every different country in Latin America. So that's a little bit more tricky, and it requires more time to get those visas, and it requires way more money as well. So we're working on that though, you know. Do I miss the wine from Moldova? I do, you know, I love Moldovan wine very much. Moldova is very famous for the good wine. And very often I bring some with me, so I believe I still have a bottle somewhere hidden. Did someone ask me if I'm gonna do a Die Artist Murder cover? Fuck yeah, that's a good idea. I love that band so much. That's a good idea. Maybe, who knows? How do you approach your melody writing? Well, in my case, now I don't know how correct that is, but in my case, I just work based on the songs that are, let's say, almost done. So the instruments are almost done for the song, and then I get inspired by that, and I choose what lyrics go well with the emotion that music gives me, and then I just sit there and I just improvise. I do different, you know. I try to sing in one part, and then I change it, and then I scream. I don't apply any type of rules, because I never had a musical degree, or I never studied really music, unfortunately. So I just found my own way on composing, on seeing things, and then I share them with my boys, and we might change little things here and there before we settle it. But normally it's no rules. I don't apply any rules. I just sit there and I try different things. That's what it is, and whatever feels more right, that's what stays. Would I change the color of my dreads? No, I wouldn't, not yet. I really love this color for now. I think I'm gonna keep it for a while. What do you think about, do I speak French? No, but I can say, comment ça va? Je m'appelle Lena. Merci beaucoup. That's it. That is all I know in French. Oh, thank you. Yeah, I really like this color a lot. Very, very comfortable with it, for sure. How hard is it to speak English? No, I feel like no language is hard to speak when you learn it. It's hard to learn certain things, definitely. But if you learn a language and then you're forced to speak it, then it's going to be easier and easier for you. It's going to become natural. For me, it's very natural to speak English, although I still make a lot of mistakes, but I'm trying. I'm really trying. What is the last horror movie you watched recently? Well, actually, I just went through all. I actually still have to watch the 6th part, but I went through Resident Evil movies, and I only have to watch the last one. So I believe it's movie number 6. I just wanted to go into that and again watch it, because I believe I only seen before the first 3 parts, and that's it. And now, while quarantine, I really like to watch zombie movies, believe it or not. So that's what I'm watching. Yes. Yeah, that's a good one. That's the latest one I watched. How did I get into metal music? It was a pretty standard, I think, situation. I had friends that were listening to some alternative music, and then MTV used to be really cool when I was growing up, when I was a teenager, and bands like Nirvana, Linkin Park, Korn, Limp Bizkit, and you know, some like Queen of the Stone Age, Foo Fighters, all those bands were around on MTV, and I was like, oh, I like this more than the other stuff that, you know, stuff that people tend to love. And little by little, I just understood that, you know, I prefer that over other things. And then I found some rock music radio stations, and I started listening to that and fall in love. I started to dig in more into Nirvana, and then with real heavy stuff I started accidentally. So when I had my very first salary, I was 16, I went to a local small record store slash metal store or whatever. They had a lot of like t-shirts with bands and stuff like that, and I was like, I'm gonna buy, you know, at the time it was cassettes. I was like, I'm gonna buy some cassettes, you know, for myself, because I had this like cassette little player, a Walkman or whatever it was called, don't remember. And I bought, without knowing what I'm buying, just so you know, I bought 2 albums. One was Slipknot Iowa, and the other one was Sepultura Roots. And that was it. That was the beginning of this huge love for metal. I listened to those albums until those cassettes didn't sound at all, like ruined the cassettes. On the way to school, I was in high school, I loved it so much. So just based on that, I bought these albums, and this is how everything started. Little by little, I had some friends that were giving me more music to listen to, so I started listening to Rammstein, Il Nino a little bit later, and then I listened to some Metallica. I remember listening to the Black Album and Kill 'Em All over and over again a lot. And yeah, this is how everything started. I think this is a good way to end our live stream. I had a lot of fun. We had something around 100 people, give it or take. Thank you so much for joining me here. Thank you, Metal Hammer Spain, for giving this opportunity to your fans and to your to the music lovers. And stay safe. Don't forget to smile. Everything is gonna be fine, and we are here for you. Listen to good music whenever you are sad. And from me to you, big kiss. I love you very much. Have fun. Bye.